What's going on, guys? I'm the Walrus Jedi, and welcome to a droid video. Today's video, we are talking about the IG Series of Droids, and I got a comment on the last droid video requesting this, as you can see right now. Thank you for commenting, and here you go. So, if you like these droid videos, then please consider liking and subscribing, and hitting the notification bell for more droid videos in the future. You can go in the comments and request another droid for the next video if you would like. But without further ado, let's get to the IG series of droids. Flut Design Systems IG Lancer Combat Droid. To those who survived the rampages of the assassin droid IG-88, the IG Lancer droid is a dreadful specter of things to come. The Lancer was the first combat droid to sport the distinctive stretched cylinder design common to many IGs, and the first to carry the IG label. Flut Design Systems brought the IG line into existence, a small firm based on the Outer Rim banking planet of Munilist. Flut hoped to develop a new battle droid to sell to the Trade Federation. To obtain the startup capital for Project Flut Droid, the company took out a hefty loan from the Munilist-based intergalactic banking clan. Flut produced glossy black battle droids nearly 2 meters tall, with skinny bodies that echo the Muns who built them. Though many components appear crude, the 2 pincer gripper hands, for example, incapable of fine manipulation, the Flut droids possess limb strength more than twice that of the standard B-1 battle droid. The Lancers also have remarkably quick reaction times, enabling them to spar hand-to-hand against skilled organic opponents. Unfortunately, like many companies that borrowed from the intergalactic banking clan, Flut Design Systems could not meet the terms of the draconian contract it had signed. The banking clan seized the company's assets shortly before the Clone Wars, including all finished droids and any blueprints related to Project Flut Droid. Renaming its acquisition the IG series to mark the droids as intergalactic banking clan property, IBC chairman San Hill installed them as guards around Munilist's commerce citadels. Outfitted with their trademark power lances and speeder bikes, the IG Lancers became an outward sign of militarization as Munilist prepared for war. The Clone Wars came to Munilist 4 months after the Battle of Geonosis, when General Obi-Wan Kenobi led an army against San Hill's ruling citadel. The mercenary Dirge gathered dozens of IG Lancers and struck at the Republic's heavy weapons. Using lances and anti-vehicle mines, the Separatist raiders destroyed dozens of ATTEs and turbo-laser cannons in a string of high-speed sorties. Obi-Wan's clone troopers mounted their own speeder bikes and squared off against the IG Lancers in an old-fashioned joust. Though the Republic won the day, it was not the end of the IG series. Halawan Mechanicals, the new company contracted by the intergalactic banking clan to continue production of IG Lancers, saw an opportunity to improve on the basic design. Setting Flut Design Systems blueprints for the battle droids that it never had opportunity to produce, Halawan relabeled these designs as IGs numbers 1 through 99. Halawan's first all-new droid contract would be a bodyguard model for General Grievous and would be released under the designation IG-100. And if you look at the figure for the Lancer droids, you have 1, a shoulder armor, 2, transmission antenna, 3, sensor stock, 4, 360-degree photoreceptors, 5, gripper hands, and 6, the power lance. And then moving on to the Halawan Mechanicals IG-100 MagnaGuard. General Grievous, conqueror of 100 worlds, became a figure of legendary menace during the Clone Wars. His robotic bodyguards were equal to that reputation. The IG-100 MagnaGuard could take down nearly any opponent and helped pave the way for the even deadlier IG assassin droids. Prior to his reconstruction as a cyborg, General Grievous led his native Kaleesh in battle against their traditional enemies, the Huk. Grievous's Kaleesh bodyguards wore head wraps and capes bearing Kali Mumu markings and were drawn from the most elite members of the Kaleesh fighting force. In his new life as commander of the Separatist droid army, Grievous asked for similar bodyguards. Count Dooku contracted Hollow One Mechanicals to construct a new droid model, the prototype self-motivating, heuristically programmed combat droid, or IG-100 MagnaGuard. The MagnaGuard incorporated elements from the IG Lancer, and Hollow One's close ties with the intergalactic banking clan resulted in carrying over the IG nomenclature. General Grievous erased an entire library of fighting moves from the memory banks of his MagnaGuards and insisted on training the droids himself. Some became specialists at close-quarters brawling, while others developed expertise in ranged weaponry or explosives. A few came with rocket launchers built into their backs. Different shell coverings in black, alabaster, blue, and gray helped distinguish one model from another. Satisfied with his bodyguards, General Grievous dressed them in traditional head wraps and cloaks from the Kalee homeworld. Grievous knew that his bodyguards would inevitably fight Jedi. He gave them long-handled electrostaffs made from lightsaber-resistant frick metal, with tips crawling with incapacitating energy tendrils. Furthermore, redundant systems allowed MagnaGuards to keep fighting even after losing a limb, or a head, to a Jedi's blade. Most Jedi who targeted Grievous never made it past his bodyguard screen. Those who did were exhausted when they reached that point and were easily dispatched by the General. During Grievous's mission to kidnap Supreme Chancellor Palpatine from Coruscant, a contingent of MagnaGuards battled Palpatine's Jedi defenders in a fight that spilled from Palpatine's apartment to a hovertrain platform. Though many MagnaGuards wound up in pieces, they succeeded in their primary mission of splitting and delaying the Jedi. Shortly afterward, more MagnaGuards tried to defend their master on board Grievous's flagship, Invisible Hand. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker made short work of most of the bodyguards, however, and many of the remaining units disintegrated when chunks of Invisible Hand burned up on orbital re-entry. Most of the rest perished on Utapau during Obi-Wan's pursuit of General Grievous. And then if you look at the figure for the MagnaGuard, 1 is the Vocabulator, 2 is the Magnapod Foot, 3 is the Duranium Armor, 4 Primary Photoreceptors, 5 Backup Photoreceptor, 6 Extendable Heel. Hollow One Mechanical's IG Series Assassin Droid. IG Assassin Droids are the culmination of a homicidal product line that started with the IG Lancer and included the IG-100 MagnaGuard. With each new IG, the threat level increased exponentially. IG Assassin Droids were envisioned by the engineers of Flut Design Systems well before the Clone Wars, but the company produced only the IG Lancer before running out of money. Hollow One Mechanicals inherited Flut's assets and labeled the unproduced Flut blueprints as IGs 1 through 99 before building its own version for General Grievous, the IG-100 MagnaGuard. After the Clone Wars, Hollow One, which had been accepting both Separatist and Republic money for years, was commissioned by Imperial Supervisor Gurdoon to build a hunter that would eliminate threats to the young Empire. Going back to earlier Flut concepts, Hollow One produced an IG-97 and an IG-72, but its greatest successes were its 4 identical IG-88 units. Roughly humanoid in shape, each IG-88's blaster-resistant armored frame stood 2 meters tall. A cylindrical head, studded with glowing red sensors, allowed the unit to see in all directions at once. The droid lacked olfactory detectors, but compensated with advanced auditory, radionic, movement, and temperature sensors. Its multiple optic lenses could access a wide variety of spectral filters under hazy or low-light conditions. The IG's weapons complement included a repeating blaster in each forearm and a concussion grenade launcher in the left hip, as well as a flamethrower, sonic stunner, paralysis cord, throwing flechette array, and a rack of poison gas canisters, all stored behind hidden panels. The fingers of the right hand doubled as miniature cutting lasers. The mirrored palm of the left hand was capable of intercepting blaster bolts and deflecting them back along their original path. The IG could also dramatically raise the temperature of its exterior plating, allowing it to burn through nets or melt a stream of immobilizing stochily spray. When the first IG-88 unit received his sentience programming, he identified the technicians in the room as threats and eliminated them. This droid, which called himself IG-88A, copied his consciousness into IG-B, C, and D. The 4 IG-88s became bounty hunters. However, most met their ends prior to the Battle of Endor. IG-88A launched a more ambitious scheme, masterminding a plot to turn all droids manufactured on Mechas 3 into agents of his will. He even uploaded his consciousness into the computer core of the second Death Star, making him a living superweapon. Nevertheless, he perished when the battle station exploded. The wealthy Thule merchant family eventually found IG-88A's body and reprogrammed the empty shell to act as a bodyguard. It is still unknown whether Hollow One Mechanicals produced additional IG assassin droids, or if a rival company ever duplicated the blueprints. And then if you look at the diagram, figure 1, gas canister rack, 2, acid-proof servo wires, 3, heat/motion sensors, 4, a vocabulator, 5, flamethrower, 6, sonic stunner, and 7, cutting laser/reflective palm. Alright, now some other models of IG droids. IG drone, related to the IG-88A and seen on the planet Ord Mantell. IG-1, an unproduced droid due to the designer Flet Design Systems shutting down before the Clone Wars. Hollow One Mechanicals acquired the blueprints for this droid. IG-72 served the Empire, as was his purpose. Later, he was destroyed when he self-destructed in an attempt to kill Adar Talon and some of his rebel companions, but that failed. IG-86 Sentinel droids, designed as a bodyguard or home security system for wealthy citizens, although more commonly used in criminal activities. And these are the droids that you see in the Clone Wars. They are not IG-88s, but 86s. IG-97, used by the Empire early on as battle droids, but were decommissioned as they were inferior droids. IG-106, similar to the IG, the 106 had a blaster cannon attached to its right arm. And the IG-110 lightsaber droid, made by the Confederacy of Independent Systems to combat Jedi. Similar in design to the MagnaGuards, they wielded lightsabers quite effectively, and they learned their fighting from watching lots of hollows of Jedis. Well, that is the IG series of battle droids. Or not battle droids, but, the IG series of droids. Quite a few models. Let me know if you learned anything new, and what is your favorite IG droid? Do you have any ideas for droids to cover in future episodes? Put that in the comment section as well, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and until next time, thanks for watching.